Duff, live in the middle of nowhere, and today I'm working on the trunk. So, gonna pull this out, so quick and easy. Look how bare that is, though. Nothing left of this old part. So what I'm gonna have to do today is I gotta remove this trunk. Then I gotta get at this, okay? That's the part of the hole. You can see how it's kind of dark. Cause, yeah, it's nighttime-ish. So I'm starting late at night. But first things first, before you can get this trunk out or anything else, get this trunk off, the trunk lid. So I have cable that I can pull out. Okay, good. So that cable there, I just disconnect. But I'm gonna use two hands and then pull out the gas tank after. I also have to check because the bottom of the gas tank. Oh shit! I have a hole here. Okay, so I'll do both sides, checking them all out. I gotta get the letters off the hatch or lid, trunk lid. I don't think there's any way I could see. Yeah, just a slight matter of just pulling out and wiggling. Take a little bit. Seth, you're gonna see in the garage. Come here, you have fucking dirt on your face. Ew. Right in your mouth. What are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna get on it. Trunk is off. Okay, remember there's 2 bolts per side. So there, and on that side. Okay. Yes. Remember the engine bay is last, so the trunk's first. So that's where they go. So that goes in there, and then now this is pretty rusty. But no, it hasn't been touched much. Now I got the light on my phone on. So there's the hole there. I can't see down there. You can. I'll check the footage after. But other than that, I'm going to vacuum this out. What's in here? Yeah. It's pretty bad. You can see it's pretty dark out because there's not much light. So, yeah, that's the gas tank, and that's what it looks like when it holds in. So, that's some really bad news. That's pretty rotten. It's supposed to go down that far. I don't know if it's... Oh no, it's supposed to only go that far. All the way down up to here. So, you can see it's not that good. Now, that's the worst part. Let's see if I can get it. I'll show you the underside, how bad it is. Like, it's not super bad. Like, there's a... Fuck. I'm gonna have to get the light again. Alright, so... See, that's a lot of rust. Good dent in there, but it's not messed up too far. Not like the rest down there. That's not connected. That's not connected over there. Like it's bad, and the frame rails underneath are pretty fucking shot. And I can't even do a cutout, because if you do a cutout, well then you better hope it welds in right, because almost the whole thing is shot, and so I have to make in some frame rails for the rear shock. So I only had to pull out this cap out there and cut, yanked. I literally tore that apart with a pair of pliers. See? It's not that good. There was some kind of fuel in there. It's down in there. I don't know. You can see it looks pretty nasty. It's green. It wasn't green before. My homemade setup. Just an air peg. I literally have it there where that one can connect there to give it pressure. Makes a 1 gallon turn into a 6 gallon and portable. This here, these are little 5/8 heads. These are the 4 bolts. You can see there's 2 over there. Okay, that is held on right in these holes. So for here, it's that side. It's underneath. See, there's one there, one there, one there, one there. Okay, that's that. This is a little clip. You gotta lift that up. You can see how there's like a little indentation. See that? Yeah, okay. That goes in here, as you can see that's there. And this, which is a 7/16 nut, goes on there. Okay, obviously I need 2 hands to screw that in. Don't use the torque wrench right off the bat, just use your power bar. And on the back of these, here, let's just move this one. Yeah, so that's rust, but that's rubber. Okay. You're going to have these little slots there and there. Because these can go technically, well, they can't go upside down, because you see how the angle is bigger on the bottom side. Okay. That's where you put your wiring clips to go in. And they're in a certain way. They're just the separate ones. So you have to press on the bottom of that. And twist these to the, well, if you're facing the back of it from the front, I turned it that way, which is, to me, that would be counterclockwise. Same with your side marker. There is a little plug here to undo that. That just goes down in. And there's another plug here for this side, but this connects all the way up there. I've already connected the gas tank. As you can see, the gas tanks are there. There's 3 little self-tapping screws in the center. That is for this rubber piece, okay? There's only 3 of them. Sure, there shows a 4th hole, but there's no 4th hole right there. That little piece goes over that. It's technically universal. Say somebody had it like a European car, and there was a hole here instead of there, and then, you know, whatever. Getting at that was easy. That was just a 5/16. Oh, when you're taking off your bumper, make sure you take these off too. Don't go too far, you yank that out. Sure, you could yank it right off, but I didn't want to, and it looks like a seal kind of thing, but it's also really old, and I just don't want to mess with it. That's a 1/4 inch bolts, 2 little screws, whatever. Now, the problem is these rails are shot. Okay, I looked under there, and they are gone, so I'm ordering new frame rails. This is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to go heavy steel plating on this. Like, the rest of this is good. I can weld on more plate steel to this. So that's what is going to happen. These mounts are shot, but I have to take the axle off, take everything else off, and that's what I'm going to do. That is now consists of me jacking this thing up somehow and putting on jacks. But I gotta find out where the rocker is, because I gotta disconnect the front part of the shocks and the rear part of the shocks, and then I just drop the axle and roll it out. The tires don't like to hold air, and that's the biggest issue. Getting these pieces off is pretty simple. There's 2 bolts there and 1 down there. That's it. So I'll be taking those off just because that looks like it's taken a little bit of damage, but I don't know. Like, it's kinked there, but it's not kinked there. So this one's pretty good. And I got to take off the lower valence. That's just Phillips head screws. Ah! Damn compressor. Loud. Yeah, that thing likes to leak air. So, yeah. If you look, okay, it's around 85 where it turns on. This is about 100. See, this is a check valve. This is not what leaks. This leaks air somehow because it's already gone down. This has not gone down. So, I'm just going to back off the output. There you go. See, output down to 0, and that's still at 80 some. Then it shuts off at 100 and some. Don't really know because I don't watch it. I don't sit here. Okay, get on this. You can see how bad it is. It's really fucking bad. Okay, I'm not talking bad because I took my heavy wire wheel on my grinder. I got a little bit there. That's not so bad. The driver's side is decent. It's this main part. Here, it's the whole fucking sheet. So, in the end, I'm going to take all this crap off, and I'm going to replace it with another bit of sheet metal. I have that there. Like, this is really thin. There's nothing to it. I have to use that as a base to know, you know, placement. This here has to be a little thicker. I do have some decent thickness metal, but there's nothing left to this. This is why I don't like people owning cars that don't know anything about cars. They don't give a fuck to keep them in good condition, especially, okay, sure, it's a coupe, but still, it's a 69 Mustang. Are you fucking dumb? Okay, I got all these off, and as you can see, it is bad. It is rusty. It is nasty. The only things I didn't get out were these, okay? There's two of those, just like on the lights. They lock in place on the bottom, and it's another bolt. It is probably an 8mm. I don't really know because it didn't there. I just yanked the fucking one thing off. That side, it wasn't even connected. This side is. So I'll figure it out. And yeah, it was not too bad. Like, you see how it's there, but I gotta straighten that out. I'm just gonna keep putting parts up here until I have to be stopping. I'm gonna sand these up too as well. But it's now I can look at the back bolts of the suspension and the front bolts of the suspension, the shocks, rear suspension, whatever. That's the next step. All the wiring is still here. It's just tucked up there. I just had to unclip it. There's only a couple clips, so one goes here. I think there was one around somewhere. Nope, the ground. That's what it was here. And another one right there. Yeah. And, oh, those cables, that red things that were there, those were your reverse lights, okay? So, you can see reverse lights, and you can see the cable right there. Not walking over there. This is the original exhaust system, because there's the pipe that goes all the way from, you'll see, oh, let's see, because it's windy. So it comes all the way from here. Like, this is the original 206 cylinder, 200 CID, so an inline 6, and it goes there. The mat goes to the muffler, which is the straight end, and then it goes obviously from the other end of the muffler. I cut the brackets because I don't give a shit, because I'm not going to use them ever. The rubber part, not the metal parts of the bracket. And then there's, that is where it connects, and then it comes out at the tail. Okay, so fast, watch out. Like, there's a lot of shit that came in this. Okay, so this is what's in the old one. This is, like, look at that. That's fuzz and dust and leaves and shit. That's why you don't let shit sit for a while. Little pin snips. Move the shit metal, because I won't be using this. If anything, I've got two straight bottles right there I'll be using. They're for the Thunderbird. They're 2.5 inch in and out, and I'll be using those instead. Catalytic converters don't need one. Not in 1969. Didn't come with it originally. Doesn't need it. And that's the other thing, is this only had a muffler. If you really look, that's it. That's all it is. One big straight long thing, then a muffler. No catalytic converter back in 69. Mind you, that's also for the 429. Those pipes on it are up there. So that part of the pipes, that's the 429 pipes. And then it goes there. It just stops right there, because that's just like parts of the exhaust. So it was meant to go halfway and come straight out and push just in front of the tires. That's what I was trying with that. But now it'll be going on the back of the headers. Not too far from the headers, but far enough. And yeah, what a mess. You can see the rear end is off. I couldn't take the starter off. I didn't do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to untorque these bolts before you remove it from the leaf spring. So yeah, there's an issue. This side, luckily, it was already loose, and it's the only one that has any brakes on it. No, Saf, you're not coming. No. I said no, because there's other people around. No. Go. And these are the shackles that come with it. Okay, so they're pinned on the one side. It's just for productivity. because you can't get these. Well, I can up here. You probably can get them somewhere in the US, but trying to find them, they're not cheap, and luckily these are okay. I'm just going to replace the nuts. Threads seem to be okay. I'm just going to chase the threads with a tap, or sorry, a die, and clean them all up. I've got new bushings coming, and the fuel sending unit, okay, that's coming in too. Now, like the old bushings they could be good. I'll give you a look at them. Yeah, here's a few. But the thing is, these are 50 years old, and fairly cheap to get new bushings. So far, I can't get the front of those off because the bolt just doesn't want to come off. So I might just say, fuck it. That side of the car up there is actually really good underneath. For I'm taking like this, that's Bondo. All this crap, I guarantee. Oh yeah, that's Bondo on the bottom. This hole, look at that. Ah, break my oil tray. I had to let the front air out of the tires, just because I wanted to bring the ass end up a bit, because I can't get this tire off, and well, so I had to pull the axle away, and yeah, what a fucking nightmare. But I'm done for today. Had enough. U-bolts, there's probably gonna get some in. The old ones are decent, like for the steel itself, but the threads here, you can see they're shot. So I'm done. So that's part one of the disassembly. Might be now the reconstruction is next of the back end. So you can see this is where I'm at. Okay, it is horrible. There's nothing left. I can get the frame rails. I only need like from here back. That's it. That's all I need for the frame rails. These parts here, I'm just going to put my sheet metal there, bend it into the right place, and bolt in and MIG weld it in. Don't have a TIG, and my arc would just melt through it. We'll put it on low temperature and just go nuts. Just go easy on it. Just tap it in, tap it in, tap it in, and then hope it works. But I will put like some kind of plate steel into this first. I'll figure out something. You know, gotta get it all working decent. I'm Duff. Live in the middle of nowhere. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Actually, one thing is, let me know what you think this is. Okay, this is the engine that was originally in this was a 3.3 200 CID inline 6, and I was told by Kevin, my guy at the parts store, that this is a 7.5. Like, it freely spins, yeah, but I just don't know markings. There was a marking here that is, I'll even read it. It will be upside down. So C70 or O W8E. I don't know if, like, this looks to be either, yeah, it probably is the 7.5. I don't even know what the fuck that is. For axles, I know what a Ford 9-inch is. And I heard of a Ford 8-inch. I never heard of a Ford 7.5 because, well, this is not a 302 body. This is a 6. So the 200 is 6. But, like always, have a good one.